what it could possibly be.
I remember when Tank was like had a conversation about this on the Breakfast Club, and he was like, he said something like, "You cut the grass one time doesn't make you a landscaper." Um, in terms of if you had a gay experience, it don't make you gay. Um, is he right,
No.
Temora?
No, no. No, if you are dealing with a man in any capacity, you're gay. That's it. There's no that's it. If you're dealing
So,
with another man. Now, I don't believe in there's men that are into, they might be into anal play, and that doesn't I don't believe that anal play and different sexual activities that might be popular in a homosexual community, I don't believe that makes you gay. But if anytime that you're dealing with the same sex, that's gay. That's
now,
what
no
it
question:
is.
is the act gay or is he gay? Because that's where the
Both.
label comes in. Okay, so he's
Both.
gay and the act is gay.
All
But
of
that's
it's
when
gay.
you get into people being like, I'm sexually fluid and I'm
They're sexually
non-binary.
fluid where they just start,
Yeah.
you have sex with anything that you're attracted to. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? It may
So,
not even be a human. Like, you know what I
so
mean?
now, so just because P and I been out before, and he'll point out a nigga like that nigga's gay.
Yeah.
So can men be bisexual?
Yes.
They can be. They could be attracted to both. Yeah.
But
They
only
can be
reason I say that because P literally is like he's gay. What's your what's such and such name? He's gay, so on and so forth. So P, were you meaning that like he, like you see him? You see my
Because so when I do that,
like
there's a
giggling.
difference. When I'm pointing people out, those are the ones that are pretending.
Yep, the
So
down low.
when you'll say like, oh, he's bisexual. That's the same thing as me saying I'm bisexual. And y'all know damn well me bisexual. You sound stupid, right?
But
But those are those same guys. That they are gay. I know bisexual guys. You know bisexual guys. We don't have to point them out. They will date whatever they're gonna date. But the guys
yeah.
that are in the club that are like pushed up on a girl, or they just look severely feminine, like all the feminine energy in this chat right here combined times 10, but they're married or they're like Tyler Perry. Yeah,
Or
no.
there's masked gay men that are just hateful to women. Like I feel like the guys that post a lot of things like, oh, a woman should do this, and they just have all this hateful dialogue towards women. To me, that's gay. A lot of times I feel like their hate towards women is because they have an affection for men.
What would be an example of that?
I've seen that. I know what she's.
Yeah, I don't want to say like I don't want to give like examples because there's like people that are actually my friends that do that, but
You got to add context. This might be risky. It ain't nothing else.
no, I don't know, like any type of female bashing, like any type, like where you just don't, it just seems like they just don't enjoy women. Like no matter what, they always they find some type of wrong in a woman in any capacity. They're always angry towards women, usually violent towards women. A lot of times those men are gay.
Could that just be like a more of a misogynistic type of personality, or maybe just a lack of respect?
There's that exists too, but there's a lot of men that are struggling with their sexual identity that take their anger out on women.
I think we got to be careful when we're saying a lot and most of and majority. Like we don't know these things. So
okay, well, there are men that.
There are men that.
Sure, but if you're saying that somebody who's bashing women in an aggressive way is gay,
no, not all. We're not talking about all.
Yeah, I think that's a stretch.
Yeah.
So, for example, the first one that comes to mind for me is Kevin Samuels, right? He's just always coming for women. And yes, he's giving his advice and so forth. And there are times when I agree with what he's saying, but it's the manner in which he chooses to do it. It's just like you have some type of hate. There's no compassion. There's no love. There's no softness.
Why does it have to be compassion? There's no compassion on the other end when women are bashing men. Men don't say, "Oh, women must be gay."
No. I think in Kevin Samuels' case, I think that he seems like a man that's scorned. You know what I mean? Just like has been wronged, and so he wants to prove, like, stick it, like he wants to just be like, oh well, you guys always ask for this, so I'm gonna flip the script. He's one of
Why
those.
can't he just be a dude that's sharing his thoughts and opinions? Why he gotta be all the extra?
He can be. I'm just telling
Corey,
you my view of how I see him.
Corey, if you talk about women,
you gotta be gay.
Talk about women the way they don't like. You gotta.
I don't think that. I didn't say that.
I honestly think there's a.
I don't say. I didn't say that.
There's a difference between talking, criticizing, commenting, and then obsession. If every word, if everything you have to say, and
that's his lane, though. That's his lane. His lane is the I give women advice lane. He gonna do that every show. That's what he does.
So the most men that give women advice are the gays.
Is Steve Harvey gay? Because he wrote some books on how to for women
to think like a man.
Is Steve Harvey gay? Okay, he's not. He's not. He gives women advice all the time. He's not gay. Like, just because you give women advice,
he gives relationship advice. I don't think that he solely gives women advice.
Was Megan Good's husband gay?
If you're not giving women advice, like Derek, if you're not Derek Jackson giving women advice, you gay, right?
Right.
That's what we're trying to say. If you're not Derek Jackson advice lover, you gay.
So
I don't think
they got tons of men out here giving women advice. They're not gay. Like,
Alex, did you say that?
That's
not
what
I say that.
That's not what I said.
So
I would assume that Kevin Samuels is gay because of his mannerisms and the way he talks about women. So
he's sassy as hell. Yeah, he's sassy as hell.
Yeah.
It's a lot of spice.
He's sassy.
He mad spicy.
Very.
He said
maybe he was raised by his grandma. Like maybe
right. There's a whole lot of black men that are raised by single.
Let's go back to those labels. If he's mad,
hold up. This is what we do know. He has a kid, so we know he's participated in heterosexual relationships before.
So does,
do you know of any homosexual relationships he participated in? The answer is no.
I'm sorry.
Right. So he has a kid, so we know he participated in heterosexual relationship. But do you know of any homosexual relationships he participated in? The answer is no.
So does Flame Monroe.
Still think he's gay.
Drag queen.
There's so many people out there that are gay with whole husbands and wives.
And she says that she made them on her own with her male parts. This is do you know who Flame Monroe is?
Yes, the
comedian.
Often,
I've seen a video. I've seen a commercial.
Yeah, she does comedy, but she makes it very clear. When I made my children, I made them as with my male parts because I want to have kids. I still enjoy women.
I guess.
So that's a moot point.
The reason why that point isn't valid because Corey asked, Kevin Samuels had been married to 2 women before. Do you know of instances where he was messing with men of any kind? If not, you have to go with what you know, not what you're thinking.
But okay,
no, I don't know anybody that's outed.
That's what he was saying. So how can you qualify him as being gay? Now I do agree with Q. His countenance might tell on him, right? But other than it, we're saying that because he delivers to women direct and it's concise and they don't like it, that's what makes him gay.
I think that some of his points are
some of his points are valid.
I don't think that makes him gay because if you look at comedian Corey Holcomb's show, he does the same thing, but Corey's got way more masculine energy. Yeah. So it comes across as different. So that's why I said based on, Kevin Samuels giving all this bias, leg trust and all this hand doing shit, that just gave me the impression.
He's sassy. He's definitely sassy.
So it's different.
Oh, he got to be over masculine. He got to be like, toxic masculinity.
Because black men have to be monolithic in their masculinity.
Yeah, he got to be like Corey Holcomb, bro. He got to wear tall tees and Timberland boots, bro.
I have
nails done. He might be.
I'd be the first to say that I'm biased. You got to be too something to do something. That's number one. Like there's just there's certain things. I'm biased. My bad, Corey. I know you said just 175 last week. My bad.
That's cool.
But there's certain things where everybody has a bias, right? Everybody has a bias. So in my opinion, when I'm looking at Kevin Samuels, he looks like a sassy man. It doesn't have anything to do with what he's saying about women. He just has a sassy appeal.
But this conversation was about labels and labeling people, and so I think
it's a great point to say that we are labeling him as a sassy man.
Okay.
Yeah, he literally seemed like the type that'll square up with a chick in a Walmart parking lot. Like,
So I see a problem.
Did she hit him first?
So-
Did she hit him first? I don't know.
So if that's his label, is that just what he's supposed to be accepted as? Because that's what y'all decide these labels are
Those
spicy.
are opinions. Those are opinions. It doesn't make it fact.
But
Opinions
those
are
are labels. But those are labels.
Labels
everybody
are
has one.
opinions. Labels are opinions. It doesn't make it fact, right?
Well, if you have sex with a man or a man goes down on you, you're gay. If it's a man and a man does that to you, you're gay.
Yeah, that's not an opinion. That's a
I don't
fact.
even think that bisexual exists for men, honestly, and it could be because of the construct in which we live. I've seen women go back and forth, start here and there, still want to go back, so on and so forth. And I just maybe obviously just coming from my perspective, but I don't think men can be bisexual. I think he's just probably gay.
Yeah. I think it also has to do with the softness in the body of women too. You know what I mean? Like even if you're thinking about pornography, there's a lot of women that will watch porn for the sake of looking at another woman, but will never engage in a sexual activity with women. Women just are physically attractive. Like nobody's going checking for men usually. Like well, besides you, okay. Like but the most of the time. People aren't looking like, okay, I want to go and see this man's body, right? Women's bodies are just naturally more attractive. Penises aren't attractive. Nobody's
Y'all hear
Wait.
this hate speech?
like it.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I don't know where these points of view are coming from.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, y'all kind of all over the place. I think, even when you brought up Kevin Samuels, like it's a shame that the message gets lost in the delivery because if for some reason women don't prefer his delivery, I don't see anything wrong with it in particular.
I don't. Most things that come out of his mouth, I agree with. Most things. It's just the way that he chooses to say things. It's not what you say, it's how you say it.
If you watch the whole live stream though, a lot of times it escalates. So what we often see is the clips, right? And then he doesn't allow women to talk to him any kind of way. So as soon as they escalate it, he goes to level 10 right along with them. They don't get to disrespect him on his platform. So when we see the clips, that's the stuff that sells.